everybody. Welcome to our 100th Dirty Thursday show. Yeah, isn't that something? 100 shows today. And we have got a studio full. Wes Irwin. They call him Hollywood. He's with us with the World of Outlaws and Living Like Outlaws. Kenna's here. She's going to talk about go-kart racing and some of the blogs she does. And Grandpa Bobby is also in the studio. We have got a whole studio full of people here. Show, by the way, brought to you by Northwest Tire in Grand Forks, who's looking to hire a tire technician. If you're not afraid to show up for work on time and, work while you're there, that's what you're supposed to do. Might be a great job for you. You don't need any prior work experience. Northwest Tire, they'll actually train the right people. Get great benefits like PTO, health insurance, 401k, and more. Pay will depend on experience. Stop in at Northwest Tire on Gateway Drive to find out more. Call Chad Hoff at 701-780-8473 or apply online at nwtire.com. And, of course, the other half of the Bull Ring boys, Chad Hoff not in the studio today, which is a bummer. Show also brought to you by the River City Speedway. Love to have those guys on board. Any questions or comments for any of us, feel free to text or call our number, 701-213-0863, 701-213-0863. Before we get too much further into the show, time now for our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go, Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. So I was really struggling to get my wife's attention. It's hard to do. So what I did, I sat down on the couch and I looked comfortable. That did the trick. Never any time off. Already got all kinds of texts coming in. John, heck yeah, I've been waiting since last week. Welcome back to Grand Forks, Mr. Wes Irwin. Heather McDonald up in Devil's Lake Speedway. Good morning. The Canadians, they're watching too. A lot of guys watching already. Let's see. Before we get going too much further into the show, I want to talk about race schedules first tonight. Norman County Raceway in Ada. INEX Legend Special, Meet and Greet, the IMCA Sport Mods, the stock cars, hobby stocks, Minnesota Midwest cars, they're all there. Tomorrow night, of course, River City Speedway, the World of Outlaws, and the NLRA late models. Saturday, Devil's Lake Speedway, Western Renegade Sprint Cars. They got the Pure Stocks, Street Stocks, Midwest Mods, and Devil's Run Car Show also going on this weekend in Devil's Lake. Always a huge car show. Saturday, Greenbush Race Park, Mods, Street, Midwest Mods, Pure Stocks, Lightning Sprints, and the 4 cylinders. And Buffalo River Speedway in Glendon finally going to get things rolling this weekend. They are going to have a test and tune Saturday from 1 to 4. Pits will open at noon. The IMCA Hobby Stock, Sport Mods, INEX Legends, Minn Kota Lightning Sprints, they are all going to be there. A couple of things we want to do first before we get kicking off this 100th show. We tried to call Steven Jesus to see if he'd come in and co-host today, but he might be awake by now, but... changes, man. Have you seen the pictures of him? Can we pull that up?
Oh, yes, we can.
Let's check this out. Look at Steven now. I don't know if we look at that. That's him now. Doesn't he look different? Oh, and speaking of looking different,
Love it.
I got as much gel and hairspray as I could put in there, but I kept putting my hat on because I didn't want you guys to see this, but I had to do a little talking with my wife in order to do this. It's not quite as high and tight in yours because I know I got to fix it here in a couple of days. But let's see. Oh, we got another picture to show. This is one that I want to show of Kenna's mom, and me.
Oh, my gosh.
You know who Bruce Valanche is? He was on Hollywood Squares. That's who I think we kind of look like between. We had to throw that one in there.
That was that Face Swap app.
Yeah, Face Swap. Where were we, like the VFW or a Legion Club or something somewhere when that one got taken? But awesome. Amanda Joe says, Steven got new glasses? Like, what? Okay, let's go around the panel here. Let's talk to some people. Bobby Baird is to my left. How are you today, sir?
Oh, we're doing good. Hey, little congratulations on your 100th show.
Well, thank you.
I got something there for you that you probably don't miss, and this one's for Wes. You're gonna love them. You know
all you got to do is look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had these before.
No, but it looks like I'm going to.
Oh, man, these things are world famous. I'm not kidding you.
Yes, they are. They're a classic. So.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bobby.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. If you don't know Bobby, it is Kenna's grandpa, and we actually go way back. without really knowing it.
60s.
Yeah, 60s is
Yep.
actually right. Where I grew up, we built our first house, and the land we bought was from your father.
Yep.
And I remember where you guys lived. I remember all of that stuff. I do remember you, but then I hadn't seen you for 30, 40 years.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, we're kind of reintroduced because I know her so good. And it's like, wait a minute. And it all came back to me. You know, the 80s was hard on me, but I did remember that.
She did say that one day when she started talking about you, and I go, no. I said, that's not the same.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah.
Right
okay.
between Crookston and Gently.
60, I think 68 or 69, you guys built that house.
Yep,
there.
because I was born in 65. So that would have been
Yep.
about right. Yep.
Yep.
I miss it out there.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
That was quite the racetrack and everything.
Oh, gosh. The snowmobile racing, they had a bar and a grill, the Viking Land Chalet. And they sold Viking snowmobiles, and they had a bar and a grill in there. And then down below this big hill, it was ice oval racing. And that's where I first got my start.
Half mile.
Good stuff.
Half-mile oval track, and we had the Le Mans track.
Yep. I remember blowing up my first snowmobile down there. My dad was not happy with me, but that's the way it goes.
The only problem with that whole thing there is the word snow.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, come
nothing
on.
to do with it.
Wes Hollywood Irwin in the show today. Well, you're a Florida guy.
I am. When I'm home.
Yeah. You guys, we'll talk about your schedule, but have you ever actually been anywhere like up here in the middle of winter? Because last year would have been perfect.
I don't think it would have been perfect, but no, I don't do no. I mean, I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I know a little bit about winter. But I believe you guys have a hardcore winter up here, from what I've seen anyway.
When you can spit and it bounces off the snow,
Yeah.
you know it's cold.
Well, and the older I get, and all the bones I broke, and how beat up I am, that weather don't work for me.
Okay, we're gonna have a bone off here. Boy, that didn't sound right, did it? How many bones have you broke?
Well,
Confirmed.
Just three.
Oh.
Three, but major, back and neck. So, yeah,
those
no
are
good.
major.
No good. Ribs too. Ribs. I got a couple
Yep.
of ribs. Yeah.
47 for this guy.
Holy
Yeah,
moly!
I've broke my left arm 5 different times. And these are just the ones that were confirmed. I knew I had a lot of other broken bones, but I fixed them. I always kept my braces. I always kept everything I could, and because I knew I'd need it again. But 5 knee surgeries, 2 lower backs, a neck. Had my
Wow.
gut stuffed back in, and another one that was a snowmobile wreck.
Yeah,
I'm
there you go.
57 now, and I feel like I'm 157. It's not getting any easier. And to my right, Kenna, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been racing since I was 5 years old, and as long as I can remember, I gotta thank this guy because he's always been there for me, and he's the one who kind of, got me started on racing, which is I'm really thankful to get the opportunity to do that.
And you do more than race. You blog and you do all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh yeah. So last year I actually started blogging because of him. So one day my mom texted to see if we could go see him, and I was like, I don't really know this guy, so like I didn't know what to say at the moment. But so one day we just went to go see him, and I gave him one of my pictures with the hat because he gave us a hat one time when we won the one race when he came in town. So I gave him a picture of that, and I signed that. And then he asked me if I wanted to be a program, and I said I would think about it. So, and then a couple days later, I said yes. And then, yeah.
Awesome. Katie, you want to fix my phone? By the way, I wanted to give a shout out to Eric over at People Barber. He's the one that I actually showed him your picture.
Oh, he did a great job.
I said I want to look just like this guy.
Hey, mine's fresh thanks to Pete and Amanda's barbershop.
Oh,
here in
that's
town. Yeah.
his brother.
Yeah.
Actually, brother and niece.
So a shout out to them. I saved it. I was going to get a haircut the last stop, but I knew we were coming into town, and they're pretty good over there. So
Yeah.
I have my favorite shops across the country. It's hard to get a
I would
haircut.
imagine you've got your favorite shops, your favorite laundromats, your favorite restaurants.
I do.
All over the place.
Favorite wings. Whew.
Oh, yeah. And we were talking beforehand. You're not really a chain guy. You like the mom and pop kind of restaurants like I do.
Yeah.
I'm a meat and potatoes guy. I don't know what you prefer, but I love going to these small places.
Well, I tend to eat wings a lot. Everybody kind of knows that. So wings and beer, or wings and cocktails, whatever the case may be. But I support all the restaurants you might find that are just locally, privately owned, locally owned, near a racetrack. Kind of helps people go to those restaurants if they're coming to the track. So I really I'll tag them in any post I have. Now, if I don't like something, I just don't talk about it.
Right.
But, there's a lot of good ones out there. And if you see how much weight I've gained, you understand what I'm talking about. When I eat good, I eat really good. But, a lot of fans that come out to the track these days that follow Living Like Outlaws take me out to eat. I'm so blessed to have so many friends in my life, and a lot of meals are free these days.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Nice. Yeah, it's a good deal.
Because I'm sure you're getting rich working with World of Outlaws, so it's kind of nice to have somebody foot the bill, right?
I'd like to think I'm getting rich, but I'm rich in life. You know what I mean? Like it's
that's all it takes. Yeah. And you have got some very, is uplifting the right word? Some of your posts that you put on social media, I look at them every day, and I'm the kind of guy, I think maybe we think a little bit alike, but I always agree with your posts.
Right.
I mean, it's like basically in a nutshell, shut up and live your day and be happy.
That's right.
That's the kind of stuff you like to post.
Well, I've had my ups and downs in life, and I just feel like, every day is a blessing. You wake up, it's a bonus to live it. So, take advantage of it. Have fun. Don't get so stressed out about stuff. You can't change anything anyway.
Right.
It's,
right.
It is what it is. And stressing over things doesn't make things change. So I just try to be the best I can be. And I'm not always the best. I wake up grouchy just like everybody else.
Sure.
And, but I try to turn on a little reggae. I'm a reggae fan. So I'll turn on a little reggae, and that gets me kind of pieced out. And, you go around and talk to people like Jacob Allen, people that are like just flowing,
Yep.
And that makes your day because you're going to have to deal with some people out there.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing, I love race fans. I love them to death. There's a lot of cool race fans, and we're a family. Everybody knows that.
Yep.
Racing's a tight-knit community, but just like a family, there's a lot of fights inside that circle,
Yep.
And there's some goofy fans out there, and when you're having a long day or you've been driving, 15 hours to the next track or whatever the case may be, they can test your patience.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way being a track announcer. If there's ever an issue, it doesn't matter if it's with a driver, a car, the lights, the sound, something, they think I have all the answers. Right. So I get to hear it all. And it's like, hey, look, I'm just the announcer. Yeah. All I do is tell you guys what's going on. I don't have the answers, and I'm usually one of the last ones to find out. Sure. But how did you get your start in the racing world?
Well, it's just like pretty much everybody else. My family's been involved in racing as long as I can remember, and I've raced myself, so I raced for quite a few years, including jet skis professionally.
Oh.
And that was fun. That's kind of how I got my Florida life a little bit, I guess you could say. But, just always involved with doing social media type things, too, on the side. Just trying to be I don't like to call it a preacher, but like a preacher of the good word, trying to make this sport better. Because, if it wasn't for this sport, I wouldn't have anything. I shouldn't say it this way. I wouldn't have the life I have. This sport's done a lot for me, kept me out of trouble, and I want to stay in it. It's my niche, and I got lucky enough to work for the World Racing Group, and it's not exactly started off what I want to be doing, but I'm starting to settle into what I am doing because of the interaction I have with people, and that makes it a lot more fun. So,
doing what you do with the Outlaws, you would think nobody's going to know who I am. But it seems like anybody that knows anything about dirt track racing, they know who Wes Irwin is.
Yeah, they either like me or they don't like me, but either way, they know me. Yeah, and it's great, and I guess it is because we started Living Like Outlaws, and it's come a long way for sure. There's a lot more I'd like to do, and it's a lot of work. People don't realize how hard it is to. Well, you guys know how hard it is to keep social media active when you're busy as can be, and just the time it takes to make posts and text. And I'm not getting any younger, so I'm not that tech savvy, but I try to keep up with things. But every time you turn around, something new's going on. But I just feel like I run my mouth a lot better than I ran a race car. Let's put it that way. So I feel like that's where I need to be, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So. Being in the merchandise trailer for the Outlaws kind of helps me with the Living Like Outlaws thing a little bit, and vice versa. I'm sure that, the World of Outlaws souvenir trailer is doing very well because of Living Like Outlaws. We get a lot of people that come up there, and, we do our almost famous Suvi selfies. They end up buying something. And, it's become a lot of fun, and I'm going to step it up a lot more here soon. I'm working on some people to try and help me out a little bit to do more videos and things like that. And then I have my youth program, which Kenna's on, and I'm glad she is. She's great. I remember when I first met her, wasn't sure she was gonna want to be on there because she seemed a little on the shy side.
She's
coming
quite a bit in the
around.
last
Yeah,
year or two,
she's
yeah.
like a rock star all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But all my kids are. I got 7 girls and I believe 5 boys now. And the girls are. I mean, they're on it, man. These girls are on it. So that just goes to show the drive and passion they have for the sport. And I'm lucky enough to have this big stage to work off of with the World of Outlaws, so why not let some other people get on my stage? You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And that's what this program started off as, and as time goes on, we'll figure out some more stuff to do with it and make it even a little bit better for these kids. But the hardest part of that whole deal is once I started doing that, I had a lot of parents messaging me, and I mean, when I say a lot, I was getting 10, 15 messages a week about sponsoring their kids, and it's so hard to say no but I can't. You can only have so many.
Right.
That's
right.
the thing. You take away from the ones if you have too many kids, and we'll see where we can take it. Maybe we'll start divisions all across the country. Get some other people involved. But these kids are doing a great job as spokespeople for the future, and we need them because we all know there's so many negative people out there in the world, even in our sport.
Especially now with social media.
Yeah, in our sport, and just like you said, if it's too windy, it's too wet, it's too cold, it's too the dust in my eyes, the speakers suck.
It's too loud.
Yes, there's always something, and I'm not sure why people are like that. I think we'll never figure that out. But so you got to have some people that speak the good word, and that's what I'm trying to instill in these kids. Like, this is their chance to not only market themselves for their own social media, but sell their merchandise, possibly pick up a sponsor, but become good spokespeople for the sport.
Sure.
When they grow up and they are running our sport.
Yeah, because I mean, there's more to racing than racing.
That's correct.
A lot more. And when you think about it, when we look at our NOSA Sprint Car Association up here, most of these guys actually started in go-karts. A lot of them went right to a sprint car from a go-kart, and so it's a great thing for these guys. But Kenna, did you ever figured you'd be called a rock star?
No.
When you did your very first post or your blog, were you nervous?
I was very nervous, like really nervous. Like I couldn't even when I got in front of the camera, I was like, Mom, I can't do this.
Yeah, because like Wes said, I have seen you morph into this young lady. You don't seem like you have any problem in front of a camera now, do you?
No, like these interviews, they've been helping me gain more confidence. And now that I've been in front of a camera because of him, I've just gained more confidence to be in front of a camera. So
now, go-kart racing, I know was supposed to go last night, got canceled.
yeah.
I know you were still working on your car, but I think it's ready to go now.
Oh yeah.
So are you ready?
Very.
Are you getting itchy?
I've
Yeah?
been waiting to race because it has felt like years since I haven't raced. That sounds weird, but yeah.
Do we have a couple of pictures of? Let's take a peek here. I don't know why we have the lines going across this monitor, but there we go. Okay, tell us about this picture.
That was from the winter races, and I won that feature, which was pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Just pretty nice. Come on.
Pretty nice.
Winter shows in Crookston.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where that was.
And that track has always been kind of difficult for us, our team, but it felt good to win that one because the car felt good and the track felt good. So. All
right. Now this must be at Forks Karting Association or Forks Karting Speedway.
Yeah, that was a heck of a race. That was like my, God, I don't even know. Like in the middle of the year, I got a car on my head. So we decided to move up to Junior 2 because there was so much cars in Junior 1. So I moved up to Junior 2, and that last race, I wasn't doing so good in that feature. So what happened is I kind of spun out, and I kind of almost went to the wall. So I got last. No, I was in last, and then a yellow came, and then I started to bump up, and I got first in that.
Nice.
So kind of nice.
All right. What else we got here? Oh, look at that.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Gotta love the hair. Wow. Ooh. That's a Goldie oldie, huh?
It
yeah.
is. Wow. Not a good
How about that?
there.
How about that? Speaking of go-kart racing, by the way, I still have tickets. And if you've noticed, my book is still full. So if anybody's... I'm not responsible for this, okay? I get handed these and say, here, sell these. And it's like... But anyway, $10 tickets. There's 10 $100 prizes, 7 $250, 5 $500s, and one $1,000 winners. We're going to do the drawing live here July 7th on Grand Forks Best Source. So if you know anybody looking for one of these tickets, get a hold of me, okay? We're going to take a short little break. We have got a million texts to go through. You wouldn't believe it. The phone is blowing up here. But we're just going to take a short little break here. But, boy, we have got everybody here in our 100th Dirty Thursday show brought to you by River City Speedway. Wes Irwin, Kenna the Rockstar, Bobby Baird, they are all in the studio today. And we want to give a shout-out to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You know, life doesn't ever seem to slow down. We all know that. Everything needs to be done yesterday. When it's time for an oil change, don't blow it off. You go to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I went there the other day. It was the longest I've ever waited there, and I was still in and out of there in about a half hour. When I also got everything checked. You know, they topped off my fluids, checked my tires, my battery, my lights, my wipers, my cabin air filter. If you own fleets, you can get a discount. If you're in the military, you can get a discount. And if you mention Grand Forks Best Source, they'll give you $10 off your oil change. They're open Monday through Saturday. You do not need an appointment. You just drive up and pick up a deliveries available in Grand Forks too. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street, or you can call them at 701-780-8462. Make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. As we are back, Wes, I wanted to talk a little bit more about living like outlaws. How did this ever come into fruition for you? I mean, were you just sitting in the toter one day and you thought, you know what, let's do something for the kids?
Well, no, I mean, the whole idea of living like outlaws, I was doing things like that kind of in my past when I was racing. So, you know, I just thought, well, I'm on this big stage. Let's do something here and try to make racing a little more positive. So I just created Living Like Outlaws. The youth program I just started last year. So, and adding like things like the Moose to Zelzy Bar and Grill Morning Minute, you know, just adding fun things, the KC Graphics ride-alongs into the track, and we're going to step it up a little more, as like I said, hopefully. And no, I just wanted to do something fun where I could be heard, because I always had to. I always wanted to be in front of a camera. I always wanted to be like the Rutledge of sprint car racing. I guess you could say.
Rutledge. There you go.
I wish my company would, you know, let me do stuff like that. You know, let me go out and talk to the fans when they're tailgating, and but they haven't. So I just decided, hell, I'm going to create this stuff on my own. So it's turned into something, and it's something for the fans to look at and see the other side of the sport.
And you know, the tailgating beforehand, that's some of my favorite parts of the night. I'm super stoked, and we'll talk about some of these posts or some of these texts that we're getting. But we mentioned the Canadians earlier. They're finally going to be coming back down today. A bunch of them are coming to town today, and they're itching to see us. But it's so much fun. I wish I could go to the track earlier every day, because I spend so much time visiting. You know, you try to drive to the pits, which I do every night, just to see who's there, talk to a few people. You get stopped 15 times. Hey, you want a drink? Hey, you want to try this food? Come on in. You know, let's have a good time. And he's like, you know, I got to get to work. Yeah. But race fans are crazy passionate. I mean, all over the country.
Yeah, they definitely are. There's that's what I like. That's what I love about it. That's why having the page is so much fun. I mean, because there's so much interaction with these people. I don't think like major sports like baseball and football have that. You know, those guys are unapproachable. You know, where our guys are a little more approachable. People like me are approachable, and I ain't nobody special. And I'm not trying to be anybody special by doing any of this. I'm just trying to help the sport, and that's it. You know, that's it in a nutshell. So I like to go out and have fun with these fans. If they ask me to do something, I'm doing it. Man, I don't get a lot of sleep, and I gained about 25 pounds in about a month. But you know, they're just a lot of fun. They're very gracious, and I appreciate each and every one of them. I mean, I get gifts every week from people. Sometimes it's beer, sometimes it's donuts, sometimes it's cat treats for my cats. You know, and you know, we're doing some fun things on the side there too with Logan Schuhart's dog Bubba. You know, we started doing some things with Bubba and his Helping Paw, and Bubba's Helping Paw. You can go check that out on Facebook, and you know, even Bubba's raising money. He's a rock star now. Yeah. And they're giving that money to animal shelters. So there's a lot of good you can do inside this sport, you know, not just racing like you were saying before. It's not always about racing. It's about giving and sharing, you know. And that's why I like the fans, man. They're the best.
Yeah.
They're the best.
And when you talk about giving, you can see I've got one of the Bullring Boys shirts on, and they are available at Lori's Pit Stop Shirt Shop at the River City Speedway here. What we do with the with the earnings from these T-shirts is they go back into the Racer Fund. Chad and I, we set this up where we wanted it. We paid the shirts off, and all the proceeds after that go to the Racer Fund. And in the last couple of years, we've had some pretty bad wrecks where guys had gotten hurt. So it's always a good thing to have. And by the way, I was just handed 4 tickets, I believe. Is there 4 of them here? Yeah, 4 tickets to the Red River Pilots. They're playing Souris Valley Sabre Dogs tonight. Be the first one to text in, 701-213-0863, and we'll give you those 4 tickets. Excuse me. I just want to go over a couple of the texts that we've been getting. Wes is a good guy. I love his daily segments on his page. Let's see who else we got here. Daryl. Oh, one of my Canadian boys. Good morning, John and guests. Congrats on the 100th. Thanks for the studio tour last weekend. Missed a great concert. Just getting ready to pick up the guys and headed down your way, River City Speedway. See you soon. Chris Vogel, see you soon, buddy. We can have our yearly dinner. Bride Nordrum, hello, gang. Heather, might have to take him an hour west for an actual good meal. Devil's Lake Speedway. They got a really good restaurant. Joshua, in the dead of winter up here in the plains, it's nice to see your morning minute at a track or arriving somewhere. Kevin Pappenfuss, like I say, when you go to the races, it's like going to a family reunion. Bud Davis, almost famous Suvi selfie. John Biergard, living like Outlaws is great. What you do, Wes, is great for the sport. So good for the sport. Much respect. Amanda Joe, it's wonderful to see how Wes has helped his kids learn how to build their social media platforms. We agree. Amanda Joe, I finally get to be at Race Fan Friday night, which is great. Brian Stouse tomorrow night. Can't come soon enough. Rachel Minsky, so fun watching you grow, Kenna. Can't wait to cheer you on all summer. Get it, girl. You got to like seeing texts like that, don't you?
Yeah, it makes me feel really good.
Yeah. Do you ever sign autographs?
No.
No? You have a hero card?
Nope, not yet. We
Nope.
plan on getting one in the future, though.
Okay, because, I need your picture up here.
Yeah.
I don't think yours is on the Wall of Fame yet, is it? Well, you better work on that. Chad Hoff, the other half of the Bullring Boys, who should be sitting here. He's at least watching. I don't know if he's watching from his truck or what. Now, I want to just talk to Bobby here for a minute. Your racing history goes way back. I'm sure you had a lot to do with her getting in a cart. But how did this all come together?
Oh boy, you're asking an old man to remember something. I don't know. We were associated with some other individuals, and one day they just said, "Hey, why don't you just try this?" And then we got a cart, and then Brad Gilbertson kind of helped us out, and kind of got us going on things. And like I said, it started back with our novice. And she would make a few laps, and that would be it for the night, and I mean, like you said, she was so shy, and then, and she just got more and more seat time, and then she started finishing the races and stuff, and from there on, it took off, and, it's been a learning experience for everybody, what works one night never works the next night, and I mean, it's always a challenge, and one thing about MaKenna, when she started racing, you'd always come in and say, "What'd the car do?" And she'd give you that deer in the headlight look and go, "What are you talking about?" "Well, I mean, how come you're doing this?" And the biggest thing was her, rookie and novice, you really don't use the brakes, and I'd always grab that brake rotor and I'd burn my hands. So then
She's using it.
I get pissed off and go, what the, don't use them, and then she got used to it, but, I mean, now she comes in and tells me what the car is doing, and I mean, and that's big, because you can watch what she's doing, but, I mean, is she cutting her line, or is the car cutting her line, and there's so much, and I mean, it's a joy to do it now.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it is. And like you said, the racing family, everybody comes up, and says, gives you a piece of advice, which is good. I can't appreciate that so much, but you got to watch what advice you take. You got to do one thing at a time.
Give you all the advice in the world until you start beating up on them.
Yeah, and I've learned that a lot from Max Crocker. He just said, "Hey, you know, him and McKenna raced together, you know, for years, and same with the Thorvaldsons. I mean, those people have come over and said, you know, do this and that, you know, and like I said, Brad and everybody. So it's helped everybody.
Sure. Max, by the way, just texted saying Kenna's a monster. Love watching and helping that girl. By the way, I mentioned these Red River Pilot tickets for tonight's game. These are Grand Forks Best Source VIP table tickets, which means, now I might get a text. This means free beer and food until the 5th inning. These tickets are valued at $170. So if anybody wants to,
What's that number again? I got my phone right here.
we could hook you up, man. So if you want those tickets, feel free to text us 701-213-0863. Wes, you work in the merch trailer. Do you actually get to watch a lot of racing, or probably not too much, or how does that go?
Well, you know, everybody asks that question, and to be honest with you, I actually do get to watch a lot of racing. Cody was in the trailer the last 2 years, and Cody and I would just switch off on races. But now I have Anastasia working with me, which is Trent Gower, our traveling photographer. That's his fiance. I got to say fiance. She gets mad if I say boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay,
'Cause they're getting married. Yeah, fiance.
Yeah.
And so she works with me now, and you know, she loves racing, but she's okay with letting me go up and watch them too. So I do get to see it now. If it's a busy joint where, you know, the lines just don't ever die, I don't walk away, obviously. But, yeah, 9 times out of 10, I can get up there and watch our guys. And if there's a situation where we can't, we just put it on one of the iPads. But I try to get up there as much as I can, because before I was anything, I was a fan, you know. You're always a fan first.
Okay. I'm sorry. Hey, are you there?
What's up?
Huh?
What's going on, Boring Boy?
Who's this? Is this Chad?
You bet your bottom dollar.
Where the hell are you, man?
Just north of Drayton.
We're having a good time here. You should be here.
You guys, yeah, I know I should be there. You guys sound awesome. I missed one of the good shows. 100th show, John Roberts.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? 100 of these Dirty Thursday shows. The big question is,
Get on there.
what do you think about my hair?
I was going to call. I wanted to call you.
You're just jealous because you can't do this.
Yeah, everybody thinks that you're bald, but you're not. I'm the bald one. But,
Oh. Well, it's too bad you couldn't make it here today.
No, yeah, work comes and goes. But no,
Yeah, you're cutting out on me a little bit.
all right. Well, I tell you what, I miss you, all of you. Good job.
Hear that?
Thank you.
All right. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow, right? Was that Czechoslovakian? I didn't quite catch what he said there.
I said you guys all take care.
All right, Chad.
You
Be
too.
safe out there, man.
Later, buddy.
All right. The other half of the Boring Boys, Chad Hoff, on a Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. Wes Irwin is on the show today. Kenna, who's the rock star now. Bobby Baird, Kenna's grandpa. We are all here. Wes, do you have, I don't know if I want to say a favorite track, but a favorite city that you go to? Because, well, let's face it, you guys crisscross the country. You start when? In March?
Well, actually, we start in February.
February.
Yeah, down in Florida, which is nice because I'm right at home. But we started Volusia Speedway, track owned by the World Racing Group, of course, and that's been my home for the last 2 winters, actually. I've been working down there as an official for the Sunshine Nationals and the Rudiman Memorial Race, or not Memorial Race, but the Rudiman, whatever they call it, the Rudiman Race. A lot of fun, and you know, so I kind of just do whatever I want when I go home in Florida. I just go wherever I want in Florida, basically. But yeah, it starts in February, and we put a lot of miles down.
Yeah.
And you know, to ask of a favorite city right now, I'd have to say I like a lot of places. I really do, and they jumble together a little bit. But since the last 2 years we've been racing in Bristol, I like to stop in Nashville, and I've been having a lot of fun in Nashville. So I'll stop there and stay there before Bristol, and then after Bristol for a few days. But a friend of mine, a country singer, Heath Forbes, got us hooked up over there, where we stay in a a parking lot at the Scoreboard Bar and Grill.
Oh, perfect.
Well, there's 3 bars there, actually. It's the Nashville
Better than
Palace.
perfect.
Yeah, and Music City. So it's right across the street from the Grand Ole Opry, and I've really been digging this whole country thing. And just a lot of fun to go there. You never run out of things to do. And that's how it is with me. Like, if I have my favorite places, but once I run out of things to do, I'm going to start looking for a new favorite place. But there's something cool about everything. Everywhere I go, there's something cool about each thing. Just like a track. Like, everybody always asks me, what's my favorite track? Well, I like something about each and every one of them. I mean, obviously, your big hitters, like, who's not going to like the Knoxville Nationals? I mean, that's just it's a whole different element.
Right.
And for the most part, you got all your super hardcore diehard fans are there. So pretty much all of them follow the page. So I'm a busy boy during the Knoxville Nationals. Not a lot of sleep. I think I got like 4 hours last year.
Wow.
In the whole week. But you just have a good time, Of course, you got to spend some time with AJ and the gang over at Dingus. And I'm wearing one of his shirts right now.
See that? Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's good people. We're always taken real good care of in Knoxville. I mean, that is the sprint car capital of the world, hands down. And you got your Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum there, which is I recommend to everybody to go to. Even if you've been, go back, because Bob and the gang over there change it quite often. And it's not a big town, but there's things to do. But it definitely, there's something cool about every place. I really like coming here, actually. I've made a lot of friends up here in Grand Forks. So when we had 15 hours, I think, of driving time to get here. And I was pushing it because I wanted to get here.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good friends, and they all know who they are. And I'm not going to call anybody out, but they just show me a good time here. So it's much appreciated when you live this kind of lifestyle, because it's not easy all the time.
No, and I was going to go to that because again, we'll use Knoxville for an example. At least you're gonna be parked for a while, and I know that's got to be a good thing for you guys, because we might see your blogs and your posts and all of this stuff, and it looks like you're living the high life. Right. But it ain't all that.
No, it's not all that.
There's a lot of behind the scenes, tired driving, setting up, tearing down, all of that kind of stuff. It's got to be kind of nice when you can go settle down for a week somewhere.
Absolutely. I mean, and it is hard work. It's not, don't get me wrong. Everybody thinks it's, like you said, I live the life like a rock band without an instrument. But, we kind of do. But there is work behind it, and you got to be responsible for a lot of things, too. That's the other part of this. Like, the Outlaws are sending you out there with an 80-foot rig and all this merchandise and money and valuables, and, counting on you to get everything there and done. There's not too many of us out here on the road. There's quite a few people that sit in the office in Concord. But as far as the road people are, we make the races go around the track. So we're the ones doing the hard work for sure. And but the downtime is definitely appreciated.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's finding laundromats, finding post office, getting haircuts, parking places anymore today with that big ass rig. It's not that easy. You're now we're on logbooks, and that makes a big difference. When you're doing, like when we came from Lawrenceburg to here, I needed to start thinking about where was I staying once my 10 hours were up, and I ended up staying at the Hudson Hotel in Hudson, Wisconsin, because that's where we stay when we do the Apple River Float after Cedar Lake event. That's a big tradition with the Shark Boys. And unfortunately, they're tearing that hotel down. But I pulled in the parking lot there, and nobody said nothing to me, so we just kind of stayed there. You know what I mean? Nobody kicked us out. But I'm afraid like that won't be there come 4th of July weekend. And so, finding places to stay isn't easy. You pull in the casinos. I try to stay away from truck stops, only because, not that there's anything wrong with them, but, there's a super slide on my toter home, and you need to open it to live. You need to open it to use your bed. And those truck stop spots are small. You can't, and I'm longer than some of those semis. So those are a little difficult. Casinos are nice, but like we were just in one, and they won't let us park there. So even Walmarts, if you can get a Walmart, that's another one of my last on the list choices. But even some of those today they won't let you park there. So it's getting tougher. But again, with the people that follow Living Like Outlaws, a lot of good people are like, hey, you can park at my uncle's construction company.
Right.
Plenty of, so those kind of things are helpful. So the pages help me with my everyday life too, as far as as an employee of the Outlaws. So, yeah, it's not easy. But when you see me post things, it's usually about having fun, and I do that because I want the fans to come to that track and have the same fun I'm having.
Right.
You know.
Right. So when you are up here in the tundra, say you start running low on merch. What do you do? Does somebody ship it? Do you have to go somewhere to get it, or does that ever even happen?
Well, it's funny you say that because we are running low on merch. So River City's fans, don't get mad at me, but you don't know how to judge that stuff. You know, the world's a little bit different too since we're coming back to racing from COVID and supply and demand. I understand that's an issue, but I'm sure that my boss has her hands full. You know, trying to figure all that out, but. Yeah, you can ship pretty much to any track. That's where our merchandise comes in. So usually, especially here at River City, usually when I come here, I have like 20 boxes waiting for me. So most of the tracks have good shipping addresses, and that's what they do. They'll drop ship everything, but it's slower to get things these days. So,
everything is.
Yeah, and it's making it hard. So, you know, you don't know. You know, some tracks are going to get kind of the short end of the stick sometimes when you run out of things. But there's always something else you can buy. Hey, if you can't buy the T-shirt you want, buy the hat you want, or buy the hoodie you didn't have. You know, so I mean, there's options obviously, but yeah, that's.
And you know, we're lucky here because you guys come in June every year, and then you come in August again every year. So maybe you might not have it in June, but make sure you come back in August.
Well, and the nice thing about it too is. You know, when the stuff comes back in, you can get it online as well. So the online store works pretty well. I mean, it doesn't cost too much to ship it out, the $5 extra, you know, but, you know, that's what I always recommend to people. But after a while, you get like, it's hard when you're standing there, you lose your voice because you're trying to speak over loud noises. And you're like, well, I don't have that in large. How about number 12? Well, I only have blah, blah, blah. So, you know, you get, it's not like a tape recording sometimes, but, yeah, it's not easy. That job's a little tougher than people think, you know?
Have you ever figured out how many miles you put on in a season?
Well, I know like the last few have been less than they were pre-COVID. But I think they're starting to get up there again. And I believe they're working harder logistically to try not to do as many miles, knowing that gas is, diesel's so expensive and things of that nature. But, you know, I'm guessing the average is about 60,000 some. You know, yeah, easily. Yeah. I mean, I know pre-COVID it was probably 75,000 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of seat time.
When I first started. It is. Yeah, it is. And, you know, I got my two traveling buddies with me, though, my cats. I got Smokey Bones, and he's getting old. He's getting up there. And I introduced Miss Marbles to everybody this year. So she's a handful, but because she's Miss Marbles, she's in the marbles bed. I had to go with a sprint car terminology. You know, when she gets in the marbles, that cat's crazy. But if you walk by the merchandise toter home, my house people, and you see a cat in the dash, she'll talk to you. Just look for her. She's always sunbathing in the window. So
yeah, I got 3 rescue cats: Ron, Pabu, and Gracie.
Right on.
And the youngest one, who's probably in the best shape, or the oldest one, is in the best shape, and that cat's got to be pushing 21, 22 years old. I think my youngest cat is probably 16. Yeah, they're a handful. One's got hairballs, and one's got what do they call it when you get all dizzy and you tip over, vertigo. And
I was going to call it drunkenness.
Well,
I mean,
not like the owner. And the other one has got skin issues, but they're all rescues and they all have issues. But I live in the country and they still catch mice. I'm amazed that 2 of them are still alive because sometimes they'll stay out all night. And we have a problem out there. I don't know if you know what a fisher is. You get up here in the tundra, they're an animal about so big that can kill small deer. Oh, wow. And they love chasing cats up trees and killing them. We've lost a few. But these guys, I don't know. The one can't even, he walks right into the wall thinking he's going into the house. But the cat can live all night long out in the country and not have any problems. But it's kind of nice to have pets with you, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I've had dogs in my lifetime. And cats, I don't know how they entered in my life. I have to research that. But I never... Not that I was never a cat person, but somehow these cats wandered in my life. I have a hard time saying no to them too. These animals, like I do kids, you know. You know, I can't say no, but they're easier than a dog for sure. Yep. You know, I can be gone out of the toter home for a while, and they're well, you know, they got their.
They're fine.
They're fine. They got their little box. They sleep when I'm gone. And then when I try to sleep, they're up. And then, you know, I can't sleep. So
yeah, well, I've got 2 new pups too. And you talk about a pain in the ass. Oh, my one youngest pup, thinks because he sees me go to the bathroom in there, he kind of thinks that's where he's supposed to go too. And you can't beat him into it. You can't. Well, I don't beat my animals, but we did get a text. Let's see, Kenna, who is your favorite outlaw?
Carson Macedo.
Oh, I thought she was sitting right next to him.
And why is
I'm
that?
an outlaw.
I think you hurt his feelings.
Oops.
Why do you like Carson so much?
I don't know. I just kind of fell in love with his car and the way he drives. I don't know. I don't know.
So you're going to be rooting for him tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you wear a shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're like Carson Macedo'd out, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have shirts?
Mm-mm.
Not yet. You gonna get them?
Yep, we plan on that in the future.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask. Oh, yeah. There we got one. I wanted to ask you this because I'd heard it through the grapevine, and we had hit on this earlier that a lot of the kart racers will step it up to the next level and keep on racing, and these are the people we see on a Friday night. You got any plans with maybe moving up in the future to a different car?
Yeah, so we plan on, I think this is going to be my last year of go-karts, and we plan on moving to a Lightning Sprint next year.
Ooh, boy.
But, like, way in the future, I plan on racing a 410 sprint car.
Wow. What's Ma and Grandpa think about that?
Oh, she's not up for it.
Now, I know you've been talking to somebody with the Lightning Sprints. Have you got to do any hot laps in one yet, or coming up maybe soon?
No, I think we're going to do something about that, like, this summer maybe. Like, get some seat time maybe and, like, try it out.
I mean, the Lightning Sprints have just taken off. I can remember 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when some had snowmobile motors, some had motorcycle motors, and it was, you never know what the rules were. They've kind of all come together now. And I tell you what, when you look at the bull ring here, River City Speedway, these Lightning Sprints, they're putting up lap times that are similar to the late models. That's moving. Does that worry you? Not one. You're one of those people.
Yeah.
Are you fearless?
Yeah. Well, I don't like snakes, but...
I don't either.
Yeah.
I used to think I was indestructible. We mentioned the 47 broken bones and all the injuries and the hospital time I've been in or had. Do you think you're indestructible? Have you been hurt yet?
Haven't broke a bone yet, so I think I am.
Yeah. Got your bell rung a little bit though, maybe? Yeah. But you bounce right back up.
Yep.
Yeah. I would actually, and I don't know, I've never raced go-karts, but maybe even a little safer than a go-kart Lightning Sprint would be. Do you think?
Yeah, that's what me and, like, my friend Jersey talk about. Like, she's always like, they're so much safer. Like, go-karts, they're actually kind of dangerous if you actually think about it, because there's no, like, up ahead here, and you're just, like,
You're
in
not
there
strapped
with no
in
seatbelt or any, yeah.
Yeah, well, I know Amanda Joe says, can't wait for Kenna to join us in the Lightning Sprint class. That's pretty cool when people are already looking forward to you moving up to the next step, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool when people know who you are in racing, isn't it?
I know. I think it's actually insane how far I've came, because, all the videos, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of insane of how far I've come with racing community and all that.
And by the way, all the people texting, we've never had this many texts on a show. I'm sorry I can't answer all of them, but I really wish I could. We just sure appreciate all of you people watching the show today. Wes, you're on the road all the time. I mean, 3/4 of the year. And I know you see the same people all the time. Do you hang out with any of the people you work with? Or when you get and you have your own downtime, and I'm not trying to get a bad angle at this or anything, but I would imagine when you get, even let's use Grand Forks for an example, you guys get here a day or two early, you get your time. I know you've got to get your stuff done. You got to get your laundry done. You got to figure out this and that and this. But on your downtime, do you kind of like to just go off on your own, or do you ever hang around with any of these guys?
I'm a people person, so alone time isn't something I do a lot. I mean, when I'm driving, I'm alone, so I got all the time in the world to think about things and
because you're kind of a people guy.
Yeah, I am, and I tend to hang out with people. You'll find me usually hanging out with drivers, and as the ones that travel in RVs, like the Shark Boys, of course. Everybody knows I hang out with them quite often, but that's because they travel in RVs.
Sure.
So we tend to end up in the same places. So it's not that I wouldn't hang out with Carson or Rico was just texting me right now while we're here. McKenna Hossie was just texting me. I like hanging out with those people too, but you don't always cross their path. But here recently, I seem to hang out more with fans.
Yeah,
and that's been a lot. That's been a lot of fun. Sometimes it's the same fans, and when we come up here to Grand Forks, and I'm not going to say their last name, but Keith and Ann always take good care of us up here, and I appreciate them very much. So sometimes you go back to a place and you tend to hang out with the same people.
Right.
Sometimes it's new people, but
And they can turn you on to other people.
that's correct. And I think what's kind of cool about being in different places and having friends everywhere is, you can't get tired of them because you're only here for a week.
Yeah, you're not there. You're not around them long enough to get
Yeah.
sick of them.
Perfect girlfriends. You know what I mean? Like, if you can
Well, I was
girls with
going to say,
perfect
because a
girlfriend.
lot of the pictures I see in a lot of your posts, you're sitting in an establishment and you're usually surrounded by some pretty good looking girls too.
Well, I'm a talker, and if you don't try, you don't know.
Yeah.
So that's just how I look at that. But I don't know if anybody wants this old gypsy, but it's fun though. I just have fun with everybody and try to be a friendly person, And some people out there in this world today, when you're a nice person, you're trying to do the right thing, they could receive it as something different. But
Right.
I'm going to keep doing me. You know what I mean? And that's what everybody else should do too. Just do you. Don't worry about everybody else's. If somebody's trying to bring you down, it's just because they're not having a good time either. And,
Yeah, isn't it amazing that when we were growing up, politeness was a good thing?
Yeah, it was a great thing.
And now if you're polite, people take it the wrong way. And what do you want, you creep? Don't call me ma'am. Don't open the door for me. It's like this whole world is just changing
It's
so much.
crazy. It's definitely crazy. So, and being on the road, you see a lot of different things. And I've noticed how, like, in different demographics, how things have, changed over the last few years. You go back to a place and everything's just different, but we adapt. So
How long can you see yourself doing this?
I'm pretty much a lifer, dude. I like this lifestyle. Call me crazy or whatever, but I live in a box basically, but it's a nice box.
Sure.
Like a one-room apartment, but I enjoy meeting people. I've never was good at settling down. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. And I just think I'm better at this. So you're looking at a guy that's probably going to be out here for a long time. Whether I'm doing merchandise forever, I don't know that, but hopefully not.
Well, at least you don't have to go home and mow the lawn, right?
Yeah, there's no lawn. There's no lawn to mow at all. No,
And the people, again, that think this is the rock star life, this isn't for everybody.
No.
A lot of people will sit and they might come and talk to you and go, man, I would give anything to have that job.
Everybody,
okay, go do it for 6 months
Yes.
and see what you think then, right?
Well, I think it's you can make a good life like I have, but you really got to want to live that. You're going to be, if you're a lonely person, it ain't going to work,
Right,
because you spend you can get lonely out here. As far as not that I have friends everywhere, and that's a great thing, but other things you need in life, if you need that stability, you're not going to get that. I don't. The funny thing about it is, I don't own a house. I don't even own a vehicle anymore. I have like one bill because everything else is
Cell
kinda paid
phone.
for. Well, they pay
You probably don't even pay that either.
Well, I'm paying pretty much my Spotify. That's about it. But it's kind of different. And people are like, "Well, how the heck can you not have a car?" I'm like, "Well, what do I need one for?"
Right,
But
right.
I carry a Honda Ruckus scooter in my trailer, and that's tagged, so that's how I get around here. I was kicking around town yesterday. A little cold here. Let me tell
Yesterday
you.
was nice.
And it was windy, man. I thought
Yeah, it was a little breezy.
That crosswind almost blew me right off that thing over there on University Drive. But when I went over to get my haircut, but I got my laundry done, stuff like that. But some people need that kind of thing, and I don't need it. So I don't need all that headache. But some people dream about having the house. I like the beach. Obviously, everybody knows that I'm a beach guy. But if I could get a beach house and live the beach life every day, that'd be great. But I probably even get tired of that.
Right.
This out here, there's always something new going on. So there's always an adventure, and I like adventure. A lot of people hear me talk about like how I like stories about pirates, and that's kind of how I see myself a little bit. A little bit like a Peter Pan kind of guy.
Sure.
I just like adventure. I don't ever want to stop doing it, and and I don't ever worry about how old I'm getting. And it's like there's still more out there I want to do, and more I want to see, and I'm just going to keep doing it until I can't do it anymore.
What does Wes Irwin do in those couple of months when you guys are off?
He goes down to Volusia Speedway the last 2 winters and helps at a racetrack. But
Just hangs out and works there.
Work at the racetrack, but not a lot. I mean, just a couple days out of the week, but mainly just go to the beach and hang out down there. But got a lot of friends down in that area now since I've been staying at Volusia Speedway. And it's just fun, just having fun like I do when I'm on the road. So it never really changes for me, actually. actually I take the toter home down there, so I'm still in the same damn
Right,
house,
right.
and I'm still at a racetrack. So if anybody ever questions my passion for racing, they're going to have their heads examined.
Yeah,
because-
I don't think. And actually, I mean, we have talked just very minimum over the last couple of years. And I don't know if you knew who I was. I kind of knew who you were. Well, actually, you were just the merchandise guy for the World of Outlaws until I started following your social media posts and everything you do. And I know you were watching a show a couple of months back, and I said, I'd love to get this guy on the show. And you replied saying, I'd love to come on. And then with the help of these guys here, next thing you know, you're in the show. And we sure appreciate it because it's, these Dirty Thursday shows, we did segments on racer wives. We do track officials. We do track workers, fire and rescue, all those kind of things. It's kind of nice to see what goes on behind the scenes because as we all know, there's way more to putting on a race on any given night than just those cars out there. And I think with all of the texts we've been getting today, people are starting to realize that a lot of work goes on to put on a show for the fans.
Yeah, I'm glad. And, I'm glad more people are starting to follow my page too. And just for anybody out there listening, I'm actually looking for somebody to help me with my social media. In other words, they could be at home and do some posting for me. So with a little bit of help, I could take what I'm doing to the next level where there'll be more video footage and more interviews that I want to do and things of that nature. Things that are going to be fun. I have a lot of good plans, but I'm going to need some help. So anybody who wants to help in the social media world with living like outlaws, get a hold of me. Pay's not good, but
I might know a couple of people.
I'm just going to need some people out there, tech savvy to kind of help me move things along. I know I'm going to talk to Kenna's mom about my merchandise. I do have my own merchandise. I have hats, koozies, decals, shirts now.
And by the way, thanks for the shirt.
You're welcome. But I'm always afraid to post about it because when I do, then I get I got to sell I got to find a post office. I got to put them together. I got to carry them with me. So I want to talk to her about maybe stationery and that stuff and then really pushing it a little bit, put it on a website. But we're getting there, I think everybody's enjoying what I'm doing, so it's not like I have to start adding things to it, but I want to for my own challenges,
Right.
I find what I do on the side a challenge. I enjoy creating something, and if it brings joy to some people, that's awesome, it brings joy to me then. So that's I'm looking to step things up where that whole Living Like Outlaws thing is more of a show than it is a page. And, where we can do some actual interviews with the drivers and fun ones.
Yeah.
A little more behind the scenes with them.
Those are the best.
Yeah. I feel like people today don't know who our drivers are. They know them on the track. That's it. But, and I'll use this as an example because I know what happens to these two. But like Jacob and Logan a lot of times get confused for each other. Like somebody come up and say to Jacob, "Hey, nice run, Logan," and he's like, "I'm Jacob." But so I feel like maybe we've the old guard of racing fans is kind of gone.
Yes.
And so are the old guard of drivers. Everybody knew who they were, and we didn't have videos. So somehow the drivers were just obviously a little more out there as far as approachability. But we need to definitely start introducing these newer fans to the drivers a little bit more instead of just on the track. And that's my goal on my page, on my end of things, is to do that kind of thing for them. Keep my youth program going and get new race faces into the world, and I'm enjoying that too. I wish I had a little more time with it, and I will get there. I always overload myself, but I kind of like doing that.
And it's kind of nice too because these people, like you said, Wes, only see the guys when they're on the racetrack. It's kind of nice to talk to these people kind of away from it a little bit to find out how human they are too, or at least the majority of them.
Yeah, right, exactly. But there are a lot. It's really cool because these people are family to me. I know each one of them has a different. They're different. Their characteristics are just great people, though. There's something good about each and every one of our drivers, and even the drivers that don't race with us full time. Like, just talking to Rico here on the text. Like Rico's man, that guy there. He's a great spokesperson for our
absolutely.
sport. And his abilities and what he does is just he's awesome. He's awesome to follow, and he's an awesome friend. And it's cool knowing these guys. So I'm one of those guys that can bring that out to the fan a little bit better because I already know them. I know they'll sit down with me and do things I ask them to do because they know what it's for,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
And so I'm looking forward to stepping it up a notch.
And the family makes really good wine too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're a wine guy.
Well, I wasn't, but a friend of mine, Lauren Fisher in New Jersey, when we were at Bridgeport, she turned me on to some wine, and I got the sweet stuff, and I kind of liked it, but I just know when I drink wine, I usually have a headache.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wine hangovers are not
Yeah,
good.
right.
One more question for you. Hollywood. How'd that name come around?
Well, you don't hear it much anymore. When I was racing sprint cars, I forget, something happened. Basically an announcer stuck it on me, and it kind of stuck. And so I went with it, you know what I mean?
Oh, there could be worse names.
Yeah, there could be. I mean, I've always been a flashy kind of guy, and
Yeah.
I don't do it on purpose, but like, here was this was my vision of why I was the way I was. If you don't stand out in a crowd, you're not going to get noticed. And, you know, I was a low budget racer, and I wanted to be noticed. I wanted to have the sponsors. I wanted to have the fans. Well, you got to toot your horn.
Yeah, you do.
And you got to toot it good. And you listen to that, Kenna. You got to toot your horn. That's important. And I did whatever I could do to stand out in the crowd, and it worked because I was able to race for quite a few years with the help of sponsors. And I wouldn't have that if I didn't toot my horn, because nobody would have known me.
Right.
You know, I raced in Australia in the wintertime. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff that people don't know about. And, you know, I don't talk about it because I don't have to talk. That's past. And I'm all about the future. So I work on that pretty hard. But, yeah, you got to toot your horn, so you got to stand out. So the Hollywood name kind of stuck because of an announcer in Pennsylvania, and I just kind of went with it.
Doing what you do now, do you miss racing at all? Do you miss being in the car?
Yeah, you know, every once in a while you get that chill go up your back, you know, and certain tracks do that to me, you know, and I'm like, man, that'd be badass to be out there. But I also know that I'm probably better off doing what I'm doing now, you know, and so, you know, it's a mixed emotion kind of thing. I don't get too burnt. I don't get too bent out of shape about it. You know, like I don't know how like my buddy Shane Stewart just could, like he just said, "Nah, I'm not racing anymore." He did come back and run a couple shows, but like I look at them guys and like they're, you know, Shane and them, they're my heroes. Shane Stewart's a good friend, and you know, he seems to be happy about not racing, you know, and I know that it's got to be difficult, especially when you're at the level some of these guys are.
Right.
I mean, you look at a Jason Sides. I mean, what else would he do?
Yeah.
You know,
And now with some of these guys, I can see it with the cost of fuel, the cost of everything. If you can find parts, if you can find tires, if you can find any of that stuff, I could see right now this is a very pivotal time in the sport. I mean, we hear it up here. Our NOSA boys, they're on the road all the time now. I actually talked to one of the drivers the other day on the phone and told me how much he spent last weekend to go race 2 races and how much he spent in tires on one night alone, and not to mention fuel and all of that stuff. And what you're basically doing is you're doing this for the love of the sport because you're not going to get rich doing it. These guys are going to these unknown places, you know, way over wherever, hoping to break even. You know, and anything after that's a bonus.
Right.
And it kind of scares me about the sport. And, you know, it all starts at the top, and we talk about the top, talking about our president, and I don't want to get into politics here, but I remember 2 years ago, I was paying under $2 a gallon for gas. It didn't cost me $35 to mow my damn lawn. And the stands were full every night. That scares me. And gosh, I just hope things turn around.
That's right. And that's where the fan can help out a little bit. You know, the fans that get mad about things, don't get mad at these like these racetracks and these guys that run these racetracks, because you don't know. That's the unknown right now. I'm not really sure how many tires you're going to get at River City or how many are going to get at Huset's, or we even go to tracks that even have tires. So, you know, embrace what you got, because there's going to be times when you might not have it. So, you know, we need these fans to like support a little harder instead of being a little more like on the negative side.
The cost is going up for everybody.
That's correct.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. The cost is going up for everybody. I mean, you know, some of us guys that have been doing this for a long time, we don't get annual raises.
Right.
We don't get all that stuff. The cost of living keeps going up. We keep making the same thing, but you know what I mean? We do it because we absolutely love it.
Correct.
And we absolutely love putting a show on for the fans.
Well, and then, you know, all these fans that listen to your show, I'm sure a lot of them come to River City. So like, my biggest thing is I'm telling them, if they got a couple extra bucks and they want to do something, go to one of the drivers' merchandise trailer.
Yeah.
Buy something, support them, because they really are living off of that. Some of them to keep themselves on the road. So that's an important piece of, you know, of the puzzle. So support them that way. You know, buy some of that. You know, Save some one. You don't need, drink 6 beers, not 7.
Right.
Go buy a
right.
T-shirt.
Yeah, I used to, when I worked in radio, we used to give away free tickets, and if I didn't give them away, I'd bring them to the racetrack. And what I would do is I would stand out the front gate, and I would wait for a husband and wife or just a dad or whatever with his kids, and you can kind of tell by looking at it, this guy probably worked overtime this week, so he could bring his kids to the track. So the first thing I would do is go, hey, you got tickets? And they look at you like you're a scalper. No. Here.
Well, if your hairstyle was like that, they might have thought that.
Well, I always wear a hat. I only did this for you. And it's like, well, here. And he goes, well, what do you want for him? And I say, nothing. Spend a little money at concession stands.
Correct.
Go buy a T-shirt. Have fun with your kids. It's on us.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
The more people we can get turned on to this, because it's a great sport. It's a great family event. Racing is... I absolutely love it. Can't thank you enough for coming in, man.
Yeah, it was great, man. I'm glad you guys asked me to come out. Great little studio. I love it, man.
Thank you.
And
we're going to work on getting your picture to get it on the Wall of Fame. Same with you.
Right on. No, this was fun. I love doing these kind of things because this is, this is fun. You can express yourself and people hear it, and hopefully they hear something good about it, and they look into whatever you're talking about. But I enjoy doing things like this, and I appreciate all the support I get on the page, and everybody's been thanking me for helping these kids out that I'm helping out, and that's only going to get bigger and better. So it's just, hey, it's my way of giving back to a sport that's given to me so much. So, and I enjoy doing it. So thank you for having me on.
We appreciate it. And Bobby, thanks for coming on again.
Thank you very much. It's always good to see you. And Wes, thank you for all you do, and
Appreciate
help
it.
get MaKenna rolling. I mean, that's going to go a long ways in our lives.
Well, you
and
take care of her in the race car. I'll make her a rock star in the public side of things. All right. How's that sound?
That sounds
All
great.
right. Yeah.
Kenna, thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me, and I gotta thank you and my sponsors.
Oh, yeah,
are
you better name those.
Grin Service Sales, Living Like Outlaws, Fitness Stock, New Clean, Novacek Hay Company, Total Lawn Care and Landscaping, Rare Ink, and shout out to my Aunt Jenny. It's her birthday today.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to her, and I gotta thank you and Joe and my grandpa Chuck for putting all their hard work and effort into my car, for me giving the opportunity for me to race.
Well, Mrs. Grinch, I hope you're watching. I don't know if they're watching the show or not, but happy birthday. What a great group of people. And good luck this year.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to coming watching you. Hopefully soon, because we haven't started catfishing yet because we can't get out on Wednesdays, but I would be there every Wednesday. The whole crew here today, what a great way to wrap up the 100th show of Dirty Thursday. Brought to you by Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. Now that we got this red curtain up here, I can't just look to my left and see Rumors anymore, but I love that place. They're looking to hire some part-time servers and cooks. You can stop into Rumors and find out more. Tell you what, you want to go watch the Minnesota Twins, you want to go watch your favorite sporting event, this place is covered with TVs, wall-to-wall TVs. They've also got Mondays, DJ Trivia Night. They've got express lunches. They've got room for parties. They've got the Tuesday specials, lunch and dinner specials, the NHL package. If you're into horse racing or any kind of betting or gambling, check them out. Love the place. Atmosphere is incredible. The people that work there are unbelievable. Rumor Sports Bar and Casino, they bring you the Dirty Thursday every single Thursday. Also, we've still got these 4 tickets to the Red River Pilots tonight. Now, these are Grand Forks Best Source VIP table tickets, so you get free beer and food until the 5th inning tonight. These tickets, these 4 of them, they're valued at $170. Give us a shout out, 701-213-0863. If you want these tickets, you can have them. That easy. Hey, don't forget, World of Outlaws tomorrow night at River City Speedway. Best Forking Sports Arena show comes your way at 6:30 tonight. Make sure you tune in. And again, thank you to River City Speedway. And thank you to Wes Irwin, Kenna, Bobby Baird, all of the people for coming in today. Kaylee for bringing in Kenna today. Thank you for coming in. And thanks for the goodies. The shirt, the chippers, all that stuff. What did I miss? I don't think I missed anything. Well, remember to like, share, tag, and follow us, all right? Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. Become a patron on Podbean. Maybe you could win yourself some GFBS swag. Grand Forks is an awesome place. Grand Forks Best Source is giving it an identity again. And again, look at the hair. Thanks, guys.